Namaste. Welcome to Gaia's Craft Corner. I am finally at a piece with this Evan Star project to cast off. And so here I have my final row, and I am on a size 7 needle. Here I have a size 8. I like to go up one size larger, and it doesn't have to be a long needle because we are binding off and won't be holding more than a stitch on it. So as per the pattern, I will work my first stitch as usual and the second one, and then this first one I'm going to pull over the second one. I'll make my next stitch as usual, and then the one prior to that I will pull over the loop of the most recent one. Since these loops need to go a little further in the binding off stage, that is why I like to use a needle size larger than what I did the rest of the project with. Skewered my yarn there. It happens. If you do not have access to a slightly larger needle, you could intentionally try to make your stitches slightly bigger or looser to accommodate for pulling them over. This stitch happens to be a moss stitch. So if you were wondering how to bind off using moss stitch, it's just like binding off on knit stitches or purl stitches. It's just alternating them, purling on the knit stitches and knitting on the purl stitches, and then pulling them over. Whoops. Sometimes that happens where something will slip like that. And so I just make sure to have it back on the hook nicely and in kind of the same orientation twist-wise as it originally was. It happens to the best of us sometimes. I haven't been knitting as long as I've been crocheting, but I have been knitting for several years now. Once in a while there are oopses, and that's okay. I've been crocheting since 1993, and sometimes I still have little oops doing that, but I know how to fix them. And that counts for something, being aware of it and correcting it. Or having the wisdom to know when to just leave it as it is instead of creating more work for ourselves than is needed. I had one of those oopses on this project about midway through, but it turned out okay. Oh, forgot to pull my loop over. I got busy chatting with you. Normally I am very quiet when I am knitting. When people talk to me, I just normally put the project down and so I can fully listen to them and formulate a reply. All right, so that's the last stitch. And what I would do then, as I've got the rest of my yarn here, I would just pull it through. This is where crochet hooks are handy sometimes. You could use a needle, but you just pull that through and tighten that up a bit. And then you snip this. Oh, forgot my scissors. Pardon me. There we go. And so I snipped the end, leaving enough room enough yarn to weave in the ends. So here I've got my loop that I pulled through, and I'm just going to continue pulling that tail through the rest of the way. And that is how to bind off in knitting. Well, one way to bind off in knitting. There are other ways as well, but this is what I consider the easy way for me. Thank you for joining me. If you found this video interesting or entertaining, kindly give it a like and subscribe to my channel so you can catch additional goodies that I will be posting. Namaste and thank you.